Hello everyone, this is Mike. I'm sitting in the cockpit of a 1967 Clark Cortez. If you're not sure what that is, please Google search it. There's a little bit of information out there. Basically, this is a vintage RV. So I upgraded the instrument cluster, and the reason that I did that was to take a little clutter away. I originally had a tachometer mounted here. This was over here. I had a light for the uh, for the alternator. And also, the biggest problem was nighttime visibility. It was hard to see the speedometer at night. The other issue that I was having with the original gauges is the amp gauge had burnt up, so it was no longer functional. The fuel gauge was fairly inaccurate, under a quarter of a tank. The oil pressure gauge wasn't too terrible, but the temperature gauge was just hard to get an exact temperature on. It gave you a ballpark if it was hot or cold. That was about it. So, anyways, I went ahead and put these gauges in. One thing to note is these gauges are significantly larger than the original gauges. There was extensive modifications done to accommodate these. I cut out the new holes, welded up the old holes. The ignition switch was moved over. This flasher switch was moved over from their previous location of down here. Also, both the light and the wiper switch are new locations because this gauge moved over so far. The only thing that really didn't move was the heater controls that are located over here, which is hard to see because of my lighting. So let's look at some of the additional information that I get with these gauges. I'm going to go ahead and turn them on so that I can show you one of the readouts. Maybe. All right, so, oh, sorry about that. Got to turn the ignition switch on. Okay, so there's the horn. As you can see, I've got a clock. There's a temperature, and that would be the oil cooler for my engine. Air temperature and compass. Fuel pressure. Vacuum gauge. Air fuel ratio, air fuel mixture. Intake air temperature. That's a triptych, I believe, or timer. We've got maximum speed, 0 to 60 time, quarter mile per hour, quarter mile time, tachometer readout to kind of supplement the analog gauge, and high RPM. Okay, there's also a variety of readouts here on this one, different trip ticks, and you can switch to kilometers per hour, your mileage, etc. So anyways, but let me show you as I bring up the lighting on this. I don't know if you can tell, but the backlighting is outstanding on this. Very easy to read these gauges at night. Just a really well designed instrument cluster. And I think that's the major things that I wanted to touch on. Now, you may have noticed this. This is for my Holley Terminator. This is what's controlling my 5.3 LS engine. The thing that I like about having a system like this is if any of the readings that I get seem out of range, for instance, oil pressure. I have the oil pressure gauge up here, and I have an oil pressure readout down here. They are on separate gauges, so I'm actually getting these readings from two different places. Same thing with temperature and also my voltage. So it's nice to have kind of a double check. If something doesn't seem right, I can kind of do a quick verification that it's just not the sending units. So anyways, if you have any questions, just let me know. And I appreciate you watching. And don't forget to like. Take care.